I'm Shukla Choudhury and welcome to my online class. In one of my last video, I discussed about how to increase your marks in essay writing and composition writing. You can see the link given above. So many of you wanted to know the types of composition because I also enhanced there that before you start your essay writing or composition writing, it's important to know the type of composition that you are attempting or you are writing. So, naturally, so many of you wanted to know about the types of composition. In my last video, again you can see the link, I discussed about the first 4 types of composition. Today, I am going to discuss the last 4 and the final 4 type of composition. But before we come to that, let me clarify, since so many of you asked me about you're having some doubts. So let me clarify. That is, in my last video, when I discussed about discursive composition, you wanted to know whether it's same with the argumentative type of composition. No, it's not same. There's a slight difference actually. In discursive composition, if you remember, I told you that in discursive composition, we discuss both the pros and cons of the side or the issue that's given there. We also discuss about the for and against on the topic given there in your question paper. But in argumentative type of composition, we do not discuss both. We actually choose one, for or against. So that's the small difference. So I'm not giving it any number because it's similar to the discursive, but the slight difference, and I told you the slight difference. So today we are going to start with our 5th type of composition, and that's reflective composition. Reflective composition deals mainly with abstract ideas and thoughts. It's a bit difficult than so many other composition because here you have only one idea and thought, and you must have a explanatory zeal in order to explain that one word, that one thought, that one idea, and again to make very clear what is the theme behind that idea. Now here your first sentence must be very effective, that should attract the reader, and the reader should get very interested right from the first sentence, because you are equipped here only with one thought, one idea. And you must have a very strong vocabulary. Stock of vocabulary should be such that you are able to express that one thought with its theme, and again make it interesting. Give illustrations, give anecdotes, give instances from your from your personal life. The topics can be like, say, success, failure, this kind of topic where you are equipped only with the thought. And your explanatory skill, your writing skill must be very strong here. Because remember, the more vocabulary stock you have, the easier it is for you to explain whether it's thought, whether it's an idea or an incident. Now, our 6th type of composition, it's factual composition. It's based on facts. So there's a simplicity of style, simplicity of language. You need to use simple language, but you must keep your facts very correct, almost like mathematical accuracy. And the facts should come up slowly, one after another. The events of the incidents, they must follow a logical order, where you are explaining, explaining the facts in a very casual manner but very correct manner. Here you need not produce the idioms or quotations. Your flowery language is also not needed. What is important is to stay informed. And if by chance you are not very thorough or very correct with the facts, avoid this kind of composition. So we move on to our seventh type of composition. That's imaginative composition. Here your writing skill is at its best. You can use figure of speech, you can use anecdotes, you can use beautiful illustrations, attractive illustrations, you can use beautiful quotations, idioms, proverbs. In short, you can just let loose your style of presentation, your style of writing, and you can also mix different type of compositions over here, because here it is all imagination and imaginative. So there is no boundary. Only thing that matters here is the quality and the vividness of your description. The writer enjoys writing it. Your enjoyment should show in your writing, and if written in a correct and a precise manner, the reader enjoys this kind of composition the most. You can even use storytelling, story writing under this, but so many times it's the imagination actually which matters most. Last but not least is picture composition. Students find this quite easy because there's a visual aspect. But the visual aspect may not be always very easy, because it may take you to different site. You must keep one thing in mind, that your characters and your expression, by using your stock of vocabulary, you must make it very lively. The picture there actually takes you or judges you, you and your social awareness, your feelings towards the humanity, towards the society. So there's a crystal clear factor. Your write-up must be crystal clear, which should have characters where the protagonist takes the front seat and leads the story. You may write a story, you may just explain it also. Both way you can use it, but always ensure that it's crystal clear. What's crystal clear? Crystal clear the fact that you are for the benefit of the society. The positive factor. The victory of goodness over the evil. Even the characters should have that distinction between them, and it's always the victory of the goodness, the victory of the good character, while the protagonist is there and he or she is always in the front seat. So picture composition actually guides you towards it's only a guide, but how you express that and how much interesting, vivid you can make your composition. So all depends upon you and your stock of vocabulary. And the end should be a very happy ending, where it's, I told you, the victory of the good factor, the victory of the benefit of the society. It's very important. And above all, the most important thing about it, actually with that we conclude our 8 type of composition, but one thing which should be clear in all the composition is your positive factor. There may be negative topics, but still a positive factor is very important, and you must, as soon as you decide your type of composition, you also decide that I'm going to give a positive side of each and every topic. Last but not least, before I like to conclude my types of composition and my video, I must tell you that quotations are very important. If you can't remember the name of that person, simply give a single quote. If you can remember the name of that person, only then you get a double quote. You give a double quote, start with a quote and end with a quote. That always is much more effective than just a general writing. Now, If you want to strengthen your stock of quotations, you can check my Facebook page link that's given below. You can find different type of quotations over there in my Facebook page, and you can strengthen your vocabulary also. You can strengthen your compositions, your essay. Be the best. Best of luck.